Hello, my Gemini family. Welcome back to Mark After Me. This is Tru, your life coach and tarot reader here right now to deliver you the January 2021. But first, a toast for this beautiful 2021 that is coming. Even if it's messy from 2020, let's pick it up the ashes, let's build new things, and keep it up. Let's keep working hard, my Gemini. Cheers. Okay, so saying this, we're gonna be having a tarot reading. It's gonna be a Celtic spread. You're gonna have a beautiful Numerology card right now. Then you're gonna have a 2 oracles card from the Unicorn universe and the Astrology card too. So I will talk about what is gonna be expecting for you in January 2021, which is going to be very nice. Remember that we passed already a full moon in Cancer, which is gonna touching a little bit our emotions and a little bit our connection with family and our thoughts about creating a family or build a family, and probably what is our connection with our own sentiments and feelings towards another people. Because we have our sun in Capricorn, just always remember that opposite and that kind of opposition between these two signs is actually asking you, yes, to acknowledge what happened in your emotional state, but on the same time is asking you to practice logically what do you feel. I know that sounds a little bit crazy, but I think that is where the duality between Capricorn and Cancer, if they can get in the middle point, they can actually be very grounded but on the same time very deep. So saying this, we're gonna start to have this reading done. We're gonna have 2 cards that's going to be the overall message. Check your moon and your Venus and your sun, of course, just in case this is not resonating with you. Okay, follow me until the end of this video because I have a beautiful announcement and I would love to talk to you face to face or one-on-one if it's going to be possible. Anyway, the center of attention, that would be the Ace of Wands and the Knight of Swords. I have to say that I think that this is totally you. Because the Knight of Swords is fast, they don't want to get estranged with anyone, and they like to go straight to the point, and they like to enjoy, they like to be a little bit on the surface, not too deep, not too low, not too fast, not too anything. Perfect speed. But on the same time you have the Ace of Wands, which is going to be very masculine energy, which is going to be fire, which Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. And I do think that you're getting an idea of what the 2021 can be. You're getting excited, and that's going to be one of the best things you can do, is take this year and don't keep leading what happened in 2020. I think you are going very fast. I think you are literally developing connection with new people. Maybe you are like already expanding and open up your new circles of social circles, even if it's going to be online. I think it's going to be quite like a twist for you. But you have the Ace of Wands, which is going to be new ideas, new creations. So something is going in your mind that you are gonna sparkle on. In the center of attention, and I think it's in the center of the reading, and this must be you, is the Empress. This is the state right now where you are, is very Taurus. Even maybe if you're Gemini and moon in Taurus, or if you're Taurus and moon in Gemini, this can be a little bit of where you need to be focused at. Gemini can be lost a lot in the head, in the thoughts, in what we can do, what we cannot do, and come back to practicality. Sometimes it's hard for them. But if you have an element that's going to be Taurus, going to be Capricorn, more Taurus, that's gonna help you out to actually synthesize and through out and filter all these ideas and say, okay, what I can make happen. And with having the Empress in the middle, is actually you embody that. You embody self-love, you embody self-protection. You are like growing up for a wise experience. And I think 2020 in this case is a huge experience that you, my lovely Gemini, are born as a new person from. So the Empress is telling you, like, jump into anything that is self-care. So jump into everything that is pampering, not too much in luxury, because I can see where you're going. But what I try is like, Empress is, you know, fertility card, but on the same time I can say that whatever that you are been looking for, you are very calm because you know that anything that you work and you put it out will come back to you. And the crossover will be the Fool. So this is something that you have to be careful. I think, how I can say this, is not a bad thing, but do not be so stubborn or either be taking risk for no reason because you don't want to listen to another person. The Fool is Aries. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. It's the most childish, the most naive, but also the most impatient. They are not great to have a patience with another people and either for themselves. They like to rush. So the Empress having the Fool a little bit crossover. It's kind of like you want to rush things. You want to do things in a certain way and you want maybe the result for yesterday. And that's not going to happen. So what's going to happen is you're going to get frustrated. So the Empress is actually saying be calm and be absolutely bold. Just wait your time. Everything will come because you put it away. The Fool is in this case because it's a new journey, it's a new year. You really want to pass this quickly. You don't want to be thinking about what is going to happen in 2020 again. You don't want to like, you want to say, okay, I'm done with this. But the Empress is totally the opposite. The Empress is saying, settle down, sit down with the issue, embrace it, understand it, and move on. But it's not going to allow you to do it if you're in a rush. If you are like taking unrealistic situations and saying, okay, this didn't happen when it actually happened because you only want to protect yourself and you don't want to actually see the reality. I don't know if you follow what I'm saying, but I think that is the main thing. So you really are in the grounding energy right now, but it's something inside you that say, I can't be with this all the time. I need to move on. I need to do things. Which is not bad. But the Fool there is like, wait, be careful how fool you're going to be and how many risks you're going to take. Enter to impress. Take your time to deliberate to yourself to make any decisions before you make any decisions anyway. So why you are in such Empress position, or right now you are like, I'm owning my scars, I'm owning my wounds, I owning my trauma, I owning all my psychological crazy breakdowns that I have in 2020. You got people. You have the Three of Pentacles, which is going to be more related with work, but on the same time can be friends that share your own passion as well. But you have the Three of Coins. It's actually why you are in Empress mood right now is because you learn from other people. You got examples from other people, but on the same time you got support back. People support you more than just emotionally. People go through the practicality to help you. Was not this kind of people who say, oh yeah, I will help you and everything is a chit chat. It's actually you got three people maybe. There's going to be people who actually have earth signs in the chart, or they have such a like can be anything, to be honest, but can be earth sign because it's actually very practicality. But if you see, I like to show up because you see is a hand here and his hand here, and this person is just holding by itself, but without these two can actually do it. So I do think the representation of you is why you are in such a state of calm and more progressing in life and more open and also more compassion to yourself, because the Empress is a very compassionate card. I think it's with the help of 2 or 3 people that you have, and they did what they say. They was there when you needed. All the actions what we're taking and the presence was really real. And I think this is beautiful. So you have a really truly friendship there. And you have in the front of your mind the Queen of Wands. And why I'm smiling, because I love this card. This is Leo energy. It's going to be one of the most beautiful card. Can be Aries and Sagittarius, but the Queen of Wands is more related with actually the Leo. Why? Because it's all about heart chakra. Leo's rules heart chakra, but on the same time rules the sun, which is going to be self-centered. So when you have in the center in the mind, and when you have in the center in your mind right now, it's actually yourself. You're taking care of you, and on the same time you are saying, I want to be my best example of myself, which is beautiful. That can be as well that you have friends that are example for you to follow, to say, adore this person, and that is the Queen of Wands representation, because the Queen of Wands is the divine feminine energy of the fire sign, which is going to be more related with courage, leadership, but on the same time the passive actions of leadership. That's going to be the solidifying, the connection, the communication, but on the same time is an example of boldness, and on the same time an example of strength. So people normally notice the divine feminine when they're more in Leo energy. When they go in the room, they don't actually be very quiet, and everybody can perceive them very easy. So I think this is in the front of your mind. You really want to say, okay, just pass all what I have to pass. I have new ideas. Things are coming very faster. I do have to create. I do have to own it. And I think the Queen of Wands is in the front of your mind to say, I'm owning it. And I think you're proud of yourself, because the Queen of Wands is pride. That's what I have to say. So what actually, happens before all of this 2021, you hold the Hangman. You sacrifice things, and wasn't easy for you. You sacrifice a lot of things in a lot of situations, a lot of experience, a lot of maybe contacts with people. You have to cut people, you have to open with other people, you did an amazing job to readjust your life. And the Hangman is just ask you if you actually did the work to look things differently. Did you change your glasses? Did you see different things? Did you see the perspective? Or you are just focusing in a narrow-minded? Because Gemini, you are not a narrow-minded. As far as I know, I'm very fan of you. You are not narrow-minded. But when you set an idea, you want to have a lot of people talking about it, but you're very, very, very direct. So I do think that the Hangman is telling you, yeah, you are direct, but do you, have more in perspective to see that maybe that is not that situation or that decision that you made was good for you in this moment. So the Hangman was in the past is because you are seeing things differently. As in a period of growth, when you get an Empress, because it's a major arcana, that for me say that 2024 you was a huge amount of lessons, talking about of self-centered, talking about of personal development and personal love. So when the Hangman is there, I think you let go, so toxic relationship that you have with another people, or just simple of that, you know more about your boundaries and you know how to say no. So it's kind of the Hangman helps a little bit of what are the state that you have right now. In the future position, which is going to be near future, that can be tomorrow, that can be just sleep now and maybe take a nap, and then when you wake up, is there. It's a very, very near what is going to happen. So you have the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is, I have to say, quite tricky, because sevens are not always saying everything clear. So I'm gonna just tell you, so don't get in a fool, because then the Seven of Cups can be, unrealistic. The Seven of Cups is, yes, you have plenty of emotional options. What I'm going to say is like you are going to be overwhelmed for so many different emotions at the same time. You're probably gonna have so many choices and on the same time. So that's why the Empress role come here very, very important, is because you have to take your time and you have to evaluate. And the Empress is all about core values. What do I value the most? That is worth it for me. That is and that is actually something that's gonna give me back my worth, is gonna give me value for something. The Empress is gonna make you questions about that. So the Seven of Cups is there to say, hey, you have a ton of options, but it's Neptunian. If you could jump in too much in Neptune, everything can be in a dream, everything can be in imagination. So don't run without think twice. And the Fool is there to say, hey, you have an option, you have an idea. Just deliver it and make it happen, but in a good way, without rushing. Nothing is gonna be losing here. So I might say that advice, the Wheel of Fortune. And looking at this, when we have the Wheel of Fortune, oh God, the cycle is ending. And I'm telling you, it's a beautiful ending. The Wheel of Fortune, having it here as advice, is telling you that the good things is just coming. Because you are just ending that cycle. And it's not depending, the pandemic, or it's not that sometimes we can't control it, but you can control your own being. And as I can see over here, you have a massive support for people that love you. You have a really good example of yourself who want to become and what do you want to get from life. But on the same time, you have an advice from the universe to say the cycle is done. So now it's allowing you to say, I am open to receive. I'm open to then get in a rush and to absolutely be calm around whatever that's coming for 2021. Why I'm saying this is because the environment can create a really bad moments for you. And I'm talking about maybe friends that you're gonna have, maybe the situation for COVID-19, maybe here in London it's been crazy right now, maybe the pandemic again, because it's touching a little bit the mental health of you. So the Nine of Swords is not gonna put you things easy. So expect, for example, situations that's going to, slightly be stressful, that's going to touch a little bit your mental health, they can probably struggle you, but thinking about it is ending. So the Nine of Swords is there, it's just as a little spark to say, you have the responsibility to take what you can control, what you cannot, just leave it away. Thinking about the Nine of Swords as well is hormonal disbalance. If you're a woman and if you're taking the pill, or if you're having some kind of menstrual problems, or if you have a menopause, so this is going to affect more. So be careful with this. So take care of your body. That's why the Empress is in the center. So it's really something that you have to take in mind. And I think in January, even if you have a massive idea that you want to develop with, you're never gonna forget that you have to take care of yourself, because the Empress is gonna give you anything that you want. Because the Empress is the symbol of fertility, the pregnancy, and when the pregnancy, I'm not saying that you're gonna have a baby, but you're gonna have an idea. An idea, need to cultivate it, need to take time to grow up, and you need to take time to develop it. So that's the Empress is telling you. Take 9 months to have a baby. So if you're gonna have an idea, take your time, but put yourself first. Because hopes and fears, and this is something I am not gonna say this is a fear. This is a Chariot. This is a hope. And Chariot is Cancer symbol, but at the same time I can say that the horses are going in different direction and can create a little tension, right? But you are the driver. You always can stop and say, okay, I just want to go in one direction. I don't want to go to the rabbit hole. I don't want to get caught up in so much thinking. I just want to get in practicality. I just want to get in practice small steps into my head. Get clear. When you have the Chariot, it's telling you take an action. It's telling you towards what you really want to create. Make an action. Make an action towards what you really want to express in the world, what you really want to put out. But the Chariot has as well. The second thing is, if you keep carrying on and you don't control the Chariot, can go in circles. So you always have the power and the responsibility to hand your own life. Remember about that. Tarot is not going to tell you what you have to do or not. You are the boss of your own life. In 2021, you are going to get it really strong, as I see, but you have to be responsible. So at the end and the outcome, well, having the Chariot is really good because it's a major arcana. It's telling you, enter into your heart, because it's Cancer energy, but it's a cardinal energy. It's telling you, where's north? Where are you gonna head? East, west, south, north? You're gonna go north? Let's go. That is the only thing that you need to know for now. And the funny stuff is you have in the outcome the Hierophant. Hierophant? Yeah, sorry. You have the Hierophant. And I have to say, you are going to become very wise. The Hierophant is one of the major arcana. You have so many major arcana here right now. And major arcana means major changes. Remember that we are in the universal year number 5. We was in the universal year number 4 with the 2020. With everything was about getting practicality, get work, do things by practice. But at the same time, it was a year of the Tower, was the year of destruction. When we get in a number 5, what's going to be changes, there's going to be modifications, but also building, because we're going to have a Jupiter and Saturn in Aquarius, which is going to be a very interesting year. But I have to say, when you have this, it's telling you adapt and grow yourself through change. When you have the Hierophant over here, it's telling you you're going to be very wise. And on the same time, you probably become that person that other people need to get together when they cannot handle anymore. These people are gonna ask you for help. So you're gonna become, at least for the month of January, you are gonna have lesson and you're gonna learn so much, or at least what you're going to do for whole this 2021 on the beginning, at least in the month, you are going to reflect and prize yourself, and you're gonna become very wise, because the Hierophant is one of the wise authority cards from the same time, because they know what they do and they know what they talk about and they lived what they say, which is one of the most top priorities when you talk with people. Is about the experience that you live. And I think you are going to be one of these persons who's like gonna grow internally. You're gonna follow your intuition more often, you're gonna have more trust in yourself, and you're gonna be knowing and be very clear what you want to approach for 2021. Saying this, you're gonna have the, what is good, it's very interesting, you have surrender in an astrology card, which is going to be the 12th house. It's all about subconscious. So stop thinking that you can control or you can know the outcome of things, or if you do one thing, you know how it's gonna happen or how it's gonna come back. You have no idea. The 12th house is ruled by Pisces, and Pisces is the most confusing card. Sorry, the few confusing zodiac. Don't hate me. They are really nice, but sometimes they do not know what they want 100%, and they can be very confusing. They can be very not make a decision. It's quite more feminine and more passive. So when you have the 12th card, I think surrender is just let it go. Because if you're gonna get the Hierophant, you have to let go all what happened in 2020, how much you've been doing for 2020, and all of this getting as a example or as a lesson to learn, rather than the remember and reviving in your own present what actually happened in 2020. That's one of the things that I want to say. They say subconscious, they say compassion, dreams, forgiveness. Also, maybe the 12th house is saying about the Ace of Wands and the Nine of Swords. It's going to be the general message which we spoke in the beginning. They say, just take your time to have a little bit, to get an idea of what you really want. And the 12th house is saying, okay, dream about it. It's not bad to dream about it, because you need to know what are you going to do, right? And you're gonna have an idea and a vision. So I think the 12th house is actually surrender and create the vision that you really want to explore. So in numerology, you have number 8, that will be 71, and that will be health. Under all of this pandemic or whatever that's going to be, also you have the 9th of Swords, that is related with health as well, with mental health, mental anguish, all of this. We have the Empress in the center, which is going to be the first card that we did. It's the first thing that we did, is asking you take care of yourself. And the wealth, and the health, is very related. The 7 is a number of spirituality and self journey, which is going to be inside of yourself. It's very into is spiritual awakening, but at the same time you have a number 1. When you have a number 1, is initiation, is leadership, and at the same time is recreation and building. So when you have the health, that's going to be 71, at some point with the colors of red behind and around it with the purple, which is going to be wise, representation of wise energy, with the red action movement, they are asking you, are you taking care of your health? Seriously, not in matter to get worried about. Are you getting facts? Are you getting things written down on the paper? The doctor are telling you this, or you are getting caught up in the thoughts that what if it's gonna happen? What if it's gonna happen? Are you taking the practicality the Empress is asking you to take care of yourself in a more deeper levels, or you are just losing your mind and getting worried for no reason? So the health, having the 71 and red symbol, you have to be careful about it, okay? You have to put this in the front of your mind, because the Queen of Wands will do. The Queen of Wands will put herself, because she knows that she has to lead a lot of people and she has to take care of her own soul if she really wants to other people follow her and she really wants to take care of other people. That is what it is. So you have 2 cards that's going to be for the Unicorn Oracle. I love the unicorns, I have to say. So you have cycles, where we talk about the Wheel of Fortune. And then you have support, that we have the 3 of Coins that we had during all this reading. So I'm going to show you how beautiful these 2 cards are. So if you see, you are not alone, and the cycle is coming to an end. So whatever that you was like, you are starting to declare things to your head. So say cycle said everything has its right time. Honor the cycles of the body. Honor the cycle of the body. They're talking about health. And then you have time into the moon's magic. So you should take a little bit of time to see what is the moon cycles and how this can affect you more if you're a female. But if you are really into witchcraft, or if you are really into divine energy, take a divine feminine energy, doesn't matter what gender you are, and jump in. Take what is going to be the cycles with the waxing moon, the waning moon, and also full moon and new moon. So then you can understand the cycles and transformation of your own well-being. And then you have the last one that's going to be the support. I love this one. I think it's going to be related with the 3 of Coins. You're not alone. You wasn't alone in this journey, and you are not alone in this journey. So you have a really good foundation, friends. You have a really rooted. They truly, genuinely care about you. So you have the support. Let's say, ask for help, get more rest, and nurture yourself. I can't say too much. This is actually Empress as well. It's telling you, you need to look after yourself and letting go. It's because you're gonna become way more wise if you understand that you can't control what you cannot control, and you only can control what is your actions and what your situations are under your hands. More far away, unfortunately, none of us we can control it. But saying this, thank you very much, Gemini, for joining me with this night of 2021. Then what I really wanted to share with you is that I create an Etsy shop. It's all the way in the description box. I offer life coach and tarot reading. Yes, for you. For you, if you really want to develop yourself, if you are a little bit lost in, procrastination or limiting belief, or anything that's related to stop you from what we really want to achieve. If you see life coaching is just one-on-one, I believe in people and I believe in you. If you want to believe in yourself and have more tools to self-love, self-development, and self-discovery, I am here for you. Just text me in the email, or if you want to contact from the Etsy shop. And if you want a tarot reading, exactly the same. Remember that the tarot is not gonna say what is gonna happen in this future. It's just a mere message from your subconscious that's gonna help you, and also be a very therapeutical tool that can help you to move on, to make decisions, to open up, and on the same time it's an illustration of what your subconscious is trying to say to you. So I hope you're gonna like this video. Please like, share, subscribe, will be really helpful. Enjoy your January 2021. Happy New Year, and have a lovely day.